Alright, anybody hear me? Anybody? Here's what we're gonna do. Grizzlies and trailblazers. Here we go.
Western Conference NBA action. The Portland Trailblazers. And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Memphis. On the wings, it's Lee and Green. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. And it's Conley in at the 1. Now we know the Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark all along most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. Lillard outside. That's good.
Nice make for him as they get the scoring started.
Yeah, he gets it going, and who knows now, you know, it might be a really big night in store for him.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Green. Randolph dishes to Gasol. Lets it go from 14.
Boom.
And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Gasol.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Lillard with it. Rejected by Gasol. But they'll get another chance. Lillard outside. Another shot. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Jeff Green on the wing. It's tipped. Now here's Aminu. And Lee pulls it down. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And it's Conley penetrating. Clark thinking back to when Mike Conley was drafted 4th back in the 2007 draft, 4th overall. He wasn't an instant star, but he has gotten better every season.
Yeah, it took him a little while. I mean, he was only a freshman coming out of college back in 2007. A slow start. He had to fight for minutes, grind away. The Grizzlies kept trying to get his replacement, it appeared, but he stayed the course, and now he's their franchise point guard.
And he gets it to go. So it's the Grizzlies now. They trail by 3. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
You know, you think back, the Grizzlies contemplated trading Mike Conley early on in his career, and I tell you what, aren't they glad that cooler heads prevailed? I mean, his rise has helped propel them to one of the top teams in the Western Conference.
That's good.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, Terry Stotts had a few moments to share with me. On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said, Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block in the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And Gasol sends it back. He used that pick to get in close. Plumlee's got his first bucket in this one. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Randolph, a screen on Lillard. 3-pointer. But they get it back. Randolph kicks to Conley. Lee outside. Gasol on the high post. Tries again. And the jumper is good.
And Mike Conley may be the best player in the NBA never to make an all-star team. I really feel like it's unfair to call him underrated now, because if you go around our league, all teams respect what he's been able to do in Memphis.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
And Marc Gasol surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you
what
know
we
all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here. Woo. Info and entertainment.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's McCollum. There's Chris Kaman on the assist by McCollum.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's Barnes. Chris Kaman making his last shot. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Goes up. The slam dunk by Aminu.
And it really starting to look like they're going to have one of those days where nothing goes wrong.
Well, Greg, they certainly haven't done anything wrong so far. Stretching the lead into double digits already.
Here's Hudrick. 1:11 left to play here in the.
I'm gonna switch to. What? I can zoom in. Can do that. Right. I can do that. Zoom in. Alright. Let's get this.
First. Right, left side. Allen outside. Hudrick for 3. And again, Memphis no good. Trailblazers leading by 10. McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. Now McCollum. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And here is Barnes, 18 feet out, and that one's good. Right.
Oh, is that real? Holy shit.
23 seconds left to play in the first. Lillard up top. He's guarded by Hudrick.
What you gonna do, Lillard? What you gonna do?
Lillard up top. 5 points in the game. An easy 2 points on the layup. Lillard's got 7 points.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working.
And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because
that's really all it is.
As long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Trailblazers.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Vonleh's out there with Henderson, and it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard? Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a... Technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
The Trailblazers have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Shoots from the baseline. Some solid defense from Randolph. The Grizzlies trail by 8. And for those younger folks who might not be familiar, go online and look at some old clips of Vince Carter. In his prime, Clark, one of the great dunkers the league has ever seen.
And for my money, the greatest game dunk in pro basketball history belongs to him. With Team USA back in 2000, jumped over a 7-2 center and punched it on him. Hard to top that.
And stolen by Lillard.
Okay, maybe I should go for a different angle. Do something more like... Skybox. Press. Do that.
And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
A chance here, Kevin, to check out how the Trailblazers ranked in the NBA last season. First in free throw shooting, second in rebounding, and they were top 10 in opponent field goal percentage. That's a good indicator of a team getting it done defensively.
And don't forget how special they were at the foul line. Sometimes that can be an underrated stat, but they were tremendous, and it definitely sealed some wins down the stretch.
Some stats. Yo, man.
And both free throws good for Vonleh.
And for Noah Vonleh, last season came in as a heralded freshman out of Indiana. Some people thought he might crack the top 5 in the draft, but after some shaky late workouts, he fell all the way to 9.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Well, Greg, in watching Vonleh, you can see he has this. You've talked about that, simply working on refining his skill set at this point.
Yeah, and it's a matter of work ethic with him because I think the tools are there. Work ethic and experience, and I think this kid is going to be a nice front court player for a long time.
Conley, the pass to Lee, and stolen by Lillard. Inside, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Henderson against Carter. Shot clock at 6. Courtney Lee is on the wing. And that's an air ball. Not even close.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Conley kicks to Green, and that one's good.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year, but after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now, and they're able to recover.
Now let's take a look at some numbers here for Henderson. Last season's performance for him. He averaged about 12 points per game last year, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent, but honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
He's off on the second.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical. I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
And he gets the bucket. Lee's got 5 points so far.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then a nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Lillard attacking, tries from 10. Here's Plumlee, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Good, just like the suit. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
Here's Randolph, and Gerald Henderson is going to pick up that foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Davis is checked in for Portland. Aminu comes in for McCollum. Marcus Gasol is checked in for the Grizzlies. Green kicks to Conley. Randolph, a screen on Lillard. To the inside. Randolph dishes to Gasol. Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland trailblazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team and injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
And Portland making a change here. Leonard's checked in. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. White, he's checked in for Randolph. Barnes comes in for Green. Tony Allen's checked in for Lee. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley. Lillard attacking, and it's right, sending it back. Shot clock at 6. Leonard sets a screen for Henderson. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
And with the Blazers and injuries, even when they fought through pain, guys weren't at 100%. Aldridge wasn't quite the same with his hand injury.
Udrich, the pass to Wright. Over in the corner, Allen tries a 3, and he gets the bucket. Allen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Trailblazers leading by 11.
And losing Matthews for the season was huge too, guys. I mean, every team goes through injury woes and bumps during the course of the season, but the Blazers just seem to be, at least in the last half dozen years or so, hit very hard every year.
And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Henderson, and Gasol sends it back. They retain possession.
It's all Portland.
40 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Udrich, covered by Lillard. Now Udrich, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Henderson with it, guarded now by Barnes. Leonard, no luck. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Here's Allen. And the layup's good off the glass. Allen's got 5 points so far.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Lillard attacking. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And so we can...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. What a showing tonight. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. His opening period tonight, right on par with his performance last game out, which was outstanding. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny? That's going to do it for now, as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. And it's Gasol, and at the 5, roaming the paint. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang, and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. Green kicks to Gasol. Over Aminu. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Green. 6 points for Marc Gasol.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Plumlee sets the pick for Henderson. Shot on the wing. It's rebounded by Memphis.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. He could become a little less mechanical with his post game. I think he could even go higher.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Chris Kaman has checked in for Ed Davis. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
Kaman a screen. Kaman sets a screen for Lillard. Down low. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
How about the nickname for Chris Kaman? Air Sasquatch. I mean, he's got that stenciled in his shoes. A nickname he earned back when he wore his hair long. He has clearly embraced it.
Just tell me, Chris, Kaman Clark is an outdoorsman, likes to go hunting. He's got kind of a quirky streak about him.
Yeah, he's a bit unique, a little different, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he's kind of a fan of blowing things up during his spare time.
Like what?
I couldn't tell you that.
And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And stolen by Lillard. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Randolph. Conley against Lillard. Randolph off with the layup.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And Aminu slams it in.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time.
Here's Gasol. He sinks the 11-footer. Gasol's got 8 points.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
And Plumlee kicks to McCollum. Plumlee with a screen on Randolph. Shot off the screen, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Portland did a lot of things right last year in their 51-win season. The one constant for them was how they played defense.
You know, Kevin, they were good all season long.
I won't bow down to no man.
A2K16